The American Academy of Optometry (AAO) has inaugurated the Nigerian chapter, explaining its gains in addressing challenges of optometry in the country. The event, which took place via Zoom, saw the inauguration of the elected executives of the Nigerian chapter, with Dr. Nkem Okorafor as the president, Dr. Nkiruka Nwachukwu as vice president. The president of World Council of Optometry, Dr. Sandra Black, in her speech said the inauguration of the Nigerian chapter was a step in the right direction for optometry in Nigeria.
I have worked with optometrists in Nigeria for many years through my Special Olympic events or through the World Council of Optometry, and I know you are working at a very high level with respect to the scope of practice. So it's always been so exciting to work side by side with Nigerian optometry. To give you a little sense of my feeling about the Academy, I am certainly at the end of my career. I have attended Academy probably 40 years over the course of my professional career. And I have to say, there have been a number of things that I'd like to highlight about the benefits of being a member of the Academy. Of course, it's the education. To me, the American Academy of Optometry has always had the most up-to-date education based on evidence. And to me, that is what we've always been driving for. World Council of Optometry is focused on ensuring that when we move forward, expanding scope of practice, it is all based on good science. With that, I'd like to also say there have been other values of it for me. Part of one of the things that I think we all need, especially as private practitioners, is the importance of networking, having somebody to go to bounce ideas off of. And what's happened when I attend the Academy, I have people who are like-minded, and we can sit and have a conversation about what would you think about this case? How would you address it? So not only is it the science and education, but it's also building a relationship with other people who have similar interests and desires as you to provide the best quality of care for your patient base.
Meanwhile, the keynote speaker said the goal of the Academy is to take care of eyes and patients regardless of what country they reside in and regardless of what type of practice, whether ophthalmology or optometry.
The goal here is taking care of eyes and taking care of patients, regardless of what country they reside in, and regardless of what type of practitioner, whether it's an ophthalmologist or an optometrist. The eyes of your patients don't care what type of doctor they're seeing. They just want to get better. Those eyes just want to be healthy. And so delivering this education and knowledge is critically important to us.
Speaking, the elected president of the Nigerian chapter of the AAO, Okorafor, said he has been a fellow of the Academy for over 20 years, adding that they had looked forward to the establishment of the chapter.
I've been a fellow of the Academy for 20 years, and along with other Nigerian fellows who obtained fellowships before and after me, we had always dreamt of a day like this, when the Nigerian chapter of the Academy will be established, thereby bringing research and development nearer home. Nigeria has 10 optometry schools, producing over 6,000 practitioners who form the membership of the Nigerian Optometric Association. Nigeria therefore has the largest number of optometrists in Africa, as the giant of Africa is expected. It is therefore not surprising that Nigerian optometrists are generally found in almost all chapters of the American Academy of Optometry. Nigeria has a postgraduate college of optometrists, which has produced fellows for over 15 years. The profession of optometry in Nigeria is government recognized and well regulated by the Optometrists and Dispensing Opticians Registration Board of Nigeria, ODORBN. Nigeria, most importantly, has a crop of young and vibrant optometrists yearning for opportunities for development and professional networking in optometry. The establishment of this chapter therefore offers this opportunity to them and also to us, the older ones.
The guest lecturer, Professor Matthew Oriowo, in his presentation titled Optometrists in Nigeria, Strategic Partners with AAO in Eye Care Advancement, said optometry in Nigeria started in the early 20th century in Sim Eye Hospital in Kano.
Optometry in Nigeria has a relatively recent history compared to USA, UK, and Canada. The profession began to take shape in the early 20th century when an American missionary in SIM Eye Hospital, Kano, muted the idea about the training of optometrists in Nigeria. However, formal optometry education did not fully commence until 1970. University of Benin, the first optometry training institution in Nigeria, established the Department of Optometry in 1972. The Imo State University of Okigwe, then now Abia State University, the second optometry training institution in Nigeria, established the optometry program in 1981 with 16 pioneer students led by Dr. Dominic Onwuke, and this set graduated in 1987. The teachers were Professor Mensah, Professor Ikone, late Dede, as we call him in Nigeria, Professor Ugwe, Professor Nadoze, Dr. Okotete, Dr. Espiritu, and others. The past of optometry in Nigeria has shown a progression from humble beginnings to a well-respected and essential profession in healthcare sector in Nigeria now. We have just over 6,000 optometrists in the country now. And despite facing challenges such as limited access to eye care services in remote areas and the need for continued professional development in the field of optometry, the optometry field in Nigeria continues to evolve and expand. This brief lecture on strategic partnership with American Academy of Optometry has revealed that having a basic knowledge of history of optometry in Nigeria is very essential. One, then Nigerian optometrists are super strategic partners with the American Academy of Optometry in advancing eye care. Then standardizing the production of future generation of optometrists is essential.
The chairman of Board of Trustees of the AAO Nigerian Chapter, Dr. Ngozi Musa, appreciated Block, stressing that it is an honor to belong to the body.
The benefits of the association are many. We learn, network, which has been said severally, and have opportunities to give back to this optometry profession. The American Academy of Optometry inspires excellence in eye care and optometric practice by disseminating knowledge and fostering research and continuing education presented at its annual general meeting. The inauguration of this Nigeria chapter is a milestone event in the Academy. All those present today may know or may not know that they are a part of history that will be cherished for many years to come. We had always dreamt of a day like this when the Nigerian chapter will be established. It's finally here, our own American Academy of Optometry, Nigeria chapter. Let us be aware that we are part of an epoch-making event. I trust that with the inauguration of this chapter, we'll all be able to participate in the further development and enrichment of the practice of optometry in Nigeria.
High point of the event was the taking of oath by the executives of the AAO Nigerian Chapter, moderated by a fellow of the Institute, Dr. Damian Echinedu.
You are required to take the oath one after the other, starting with the treasurer, secretary, vice president, and the president. So I want to charge you to know that as officers of this administration, the office you have been elected is one of dignity and importance. In accepting this office, you undertake responsibility, which is not to be assumed lightly. nor carelessly discharged. You are charged with the duties of seriously and resolutely furthering the objectives of the American Academy of Optometry, Nigerian Chapter.
I, Chineye Waneri, having been elected as Treasurer of the American Academy of Optometry, Nigeria Chapter, do solemnly swear to abide by and uphold the Constitution and bylaws of this association, to keep faith in and put into practice the noble and democratic tenets of the American Academy of Optometry.
I, Ejitun Funny Song, having been elected as Secretary of the American Academy of Optometry, Nigeria Chapter, do solemnly swear to abide by and uphold the Constitution and bylaws of this association.
I, Dr. Nkiru Kawachukwu, having been elected as the Vice President of the American Academy of Optometry, Nigeria Chapter, do solemnly swear to abide by and uphold the Constitution and bylaws of this association.
I, Nkemo Okorafor, having been elected as President of the American Academy of Optometry, Nigeria Chapter, put the Constitution and bylaws of this association, to keep faith in and put into practice the noble and democratic tenets of the American Academy of Optometry, to perform my duties to the best of my ability and capacities without fear or favor, with the aim in view of furthering the purpose of this association and advancing the interests of the members to which it is dedicated, and to conduct myself in a manner befitting a good and true optometrist, so as to bring honor and prestige to this association, and that I take this pledge without mental reservation. So help me God.